Hey guys, welcome back to Sparks and Recreation. In today's episode, well, I'm kind of doing some spring cleaning, so we're looking around at all the junk we have, and we're going to count up all the vehicles that we have in our possession at the age of 34. And before I hear any must be nice, know that a lot of this stuff is just junk, and also I've been grinding since I was like 16 to have any of this stuff. So this is not a flex, this is just, hey, I'm 34, and I want to remember what I've accomplished so far, what I have for just junk laying around. So first off, let's start with what I have pulled out for the thumbnail, and then we'll go around our different properties and just find all the crap that we have, and I'll tell you about each one. I'm going to put this one away first, because it gets stored in the garage. This is my wife's 1962 Ford Fairlane. I bought this out of New York, but it was a West Virginia car. We've gone through the whole thing, made it so it's drivable. It's been updated with a bunch of crap. It's dirty inside, but has Nissan Maxima seats. We rebuilt the transmission. It's got some Craigers on it. This has a 221 V8. We've had this car for about 3 years now. It's been featured in a movie. We drove it out to it's like Skinny Atlas and shot a slasher film with it. That movie is still yet to come out. Hopefully I'll have details about it. Somebody gets killed in this car. Next is my 2020 Hellcat. It's just a wide body, only 717 horsepower these years. Has a couple small things done to it. It's filthy right now. I've had this this is my third summer with it. My wife's 2021 Durango SRT 392. I've had this is our second summer with this. Completely stock. We just use it to run around, get errands, take kids to hockey. Up next is a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Limited. This is actually one of my favorite vehicles I've ever owned. We bought it with, I think, 10,000 miles on it. Now has 170. Been cross-country multiple times. Been to Disney World, I think, maybe 7 or 8 times. Love it. It's just a basic 3.6, the Pentastar. And I have not had to do any maintenance to this other than just basic spark plugs, oil, brakes, just normal crap. It's an absolute beast. In the background there is my daughter's next race car, an 09 Toyota Yaris, 5-speed manual. I forgot to mention it. Next we have a Kimco Like 50 moped, 2-up. This actually is not running the second. It does run, but the gearbox is broken, so it doesn't shift into gear. We're ordering parts for this so I can have it running because I want to take it to Key West and bomb around on it. This is a 2003 Dodge Dakota SLT 360 that somebody's up-badged as a 5.9 RT, which basically it's the same thing, just in 4-wheel drive. 4-door, we use it as a plow truck. It's in okay shape, it's pretty rough, but I didn't pay hardly anything for it. And to move our little race cars around, we got a bunch of different just trailers. I mean, those aren't really vehicles, but crap we use. Got a tow dolly. This is going to be our next full-length video of getting something running. This is my 1975 Dodge Dart Swinger. I've had it since I was 18 years old. Had it up and running in good shape like 10 years ago. I've kind of let it fall into disrepair. Going to get it running and show you guys all the actual details of this car. One time, it was actually pretty badass. So I think in the next month or so, you're going to see me getting this running. It needs a new ignition system, some other stuff. Get this stored away for the winter. So the MXZ 800 Rev, I think it's an 03 or 04. I have to look at my paperwork. This here is a tandem tow dolly, so this is something you can dolly a car on the back and put a golf cart on the front. Again, not really a vehicle, but it's pretty cool. This here is a 2004 Subaru Outback with the H4 259 engine that sucks. I actually drove this car from 41st to 5th in a 50-lap race, and then I got last with it the next race because the throttle body screwed up. We then let my buddy Kyle run it, who I don't think he got last, but was pretty close to last because after only 10 laps, the throttle body did the bullshit again. I got to get this thing running, and I might use it in a chain race later this year. This is my 2007 Dodge Caravan named Blue Knight. This was what we drove around the country first before we had the Pacifica. I got this car 5 years ago for $200. Had 105,000 miles. We retired it with 180. Again, this might be the other half of the chain race car later this year. So chain race is you have one powered vehicle and then one tow vehicle. And no brakes on this one, brakes in the rear. I have not gutted it yet. I've just kind of sat here for the last year and a half. It does run and drive. I just need to get it over gutted so we could race it. I took it off the road because the body control module was no longer like communicating properly, so throw check engine lights for all sorts of dumb crap. Done with it. The craft riding lawnmower. Woo woo. Had that for like 10 years. 07 TRX 250. 06 TRX 250. 04 two-wheel drive trail boss. It's like a 325. A 04 Yamaha Kodiak 400 2x4. It's for sale if anybody wants it. It does run and drive, but the bead keeps coming off the tire. It's a Big Bear Yamaha 350 with the manual shift 4x4. An 03 Trail Boss 325 2x4. This thing's kind of hidden away. I haven't used it in a year or two because it has a bad ignition. It's a, I think, 96 300EX. It's got like +3 swing arm, +3 control arms. It's all got a bunch of crap done to it, but it doesn't run right now. This is a 1978 MG Midget. This kind of turned into like an SCCA looking car. 4-speed manual, 1.5, has side draft carbs, full race exhaust. There's video of this running and driving. The basement's a mess. That's 21 vehicles at that property. On to the next one. Never mind, I forgot there was one hiding inside the enclosed trailer. Else be mad if I forget this one. In here is a 2019 E-Z-GO golf cart. It's all customized, lifted. It's gas powered, goes about 35 miles an hour. I've been storing it in here because race season will be coming up, and sometimes you can bring these into the pits. So, all right, I have some stuff stored over at this property. This is by far my favorite vehicle I've ever owned. I get more enjoyment out of this than anything else I've had, whether it's fast, slow, sketchy, race cars. This is it. 2017, it's a Forest River Forester. It's like a 3171 DS, so it's got bunk beds and all sorts of crap. I bought this with like 17,000 miles. We have 40 on it now. It's been cross country. It's been all over. I've been to most of the continental US with this vehicle. If you're not an RV guy, get yourself an RV. You'll become an RV guy. And we got these steer horns down in Texas, and you know what? We zip tie it right to it. Screw it. Let's go. This is something that may become a enduro car in the future. It's a 03 Malibu with a 3.1. Junk. It's got like 90,000 miles on it. Hit it with a plow truck by accident. Flat tires, the whole works. I should have mentioned earlier that Yaris I showed you guys that was 5-speed. That thing is Maggie's next race car. This is Maggie's previous race car. This is a 02 LL Bean 3-liter Outback, so it's got the 6-cylinder. It actually rips pretty good. She started, what'd she start? She started 19th and got 8th with it out of, I think there were 72 cars at that race, so she did really good. Blew a couple tires and still kept it going. I won't have this one for long. This is a 03 Camry with 119,000. Again, I might run this in an enduro. I haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet. Since I have like 5 possible enduro cars laying around, I might just get rid of this so I have some extra cash to go to Florida. This is actually something I've had for sitting in the yard for about a year. Finally decided to bring it up here and get rid of it. It's an 11 Tribeca with 3rd row seating. This is a 98 Outback Sport with a 2.2, and I have just too much stuff, and this is just too ugly and stupid to keep, so I have it listed for sale. So I technically own these, but I don't really want them. So if anybody wants to come buy these things and go race them yourselves, let me know. So I'm not including any of like these cars. We own all these, but their cars are for sale here at the dealership. These ones I'm just kind of storing over here. Again, we don't care about these ones. They're up for sale, but that's our business. I own a car dealership. And that is important though is this 71 Valiant. We bought this like 2 months ago. I have it for sale up here. I will keep it if I need to. I'm kind of just using it to bring people in. It's got a 318 in it, 904 transmission. I drove it from like central Pennsylvania home with no issues. Has a trunk full of parts. I love these old A bodies. That's why I got my first Dart. Fell in love. Gonna keep buying these things as much as I can. That's all we have for cars stored over at this place. Heading over to the next one. All right, next that puts us over at our shop. This has a couple of my favorite vehicles here. This is a 2011 Impreza, just a 2.5 non-turbo boring Impreza. I bought this off a guy because he blew it up. I have not decided what we're doing with it yet, but I don't know. It's mine, it's sitting here. This is my current race car. I've had it for, this is the 2nd year of racing it. It's been almost 1,000 laps at enduros. I've kept it alive over and over. taking it up and down the East Coast racing enduros. It's a 2009 Honda Fit Sport with a 5-speed and VTEC, and it absolutely rips when it's running. Most recent race I got covered in mud. You can watch that on the channel here if you look up Enduro Racing playlist. Watch me beat way faster cars. On paper anyway. These are absolute monsters on the dirt track, and now that I've bought a Fit and I've been talking about how awesome it is for the last couple of years, if you go on the internet, everybody says Fits are cool now. So I don't know if I'll ever get another one because of how cheap I bought it. I'm not going to pay $2 grand for a wrecked Fit. They're selling for pretty good money now. Inside the shop here, this is a 2010 Impreza. I am not going to own this for much longer, but right now I still do. It's got some heads in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Some just random scrap. I think we have 2 motors stuffed in the trunk. Yeah, a couple motors in there. Anyways, this is getting parted out and stripped and taken to the scrapyard as soon as I get back from Florida. Last but not least, this was featured pretty heavily on the channel. This is a Subaru Sandbar with a 600cc triple 2-stroke swapped into it out of a snowmobile. Yes, this is a Subaru. Everybody asks if it's just a little tiny, like, Volkswagen bus. It looks like a Volkswagen bus, but it's much shorter. Like, it doesn't even go up all the way to my chest, and I'm only 5'8". So, does burnouts, has posi rear end. This is going to be featured in more content as soon as we get back. So for now, that's what we got. I think I did a tally as I went. I think it was only like 33 or 34 vehicles, cars, 4-wheelers, whatever. We've sold a few things recently. I still plan on selling more stuff, so as you watch through this, if you want to go to any of my social media, sometimes I have stuff listed for sale. Like right now, I have the MG I want gone, a couple of the 4-wheelers I want gone, the Valiant I want gone. Either way, when they're gone, we'll pick up other stuff that's cooler. Thanks. Basically, over the last couple days, I've seen a bunch of different YouTubers doing, this is my car collection, and I'm not a very big YouTuber. I just wanted to throw my car collection out there as well. If you want to see any of those vehicles in action, or some of the content we've provided with that massive amount of vehicles I just listed off, subscribe to this channel, give us a comment, tell me how dumb I am, tell me how stupid my cars are, tell me if you like any of the cars. What one do you like the most? What one would you drive all the time? Anyways, sub, like, comment, appreciate it. Share it around if you want. Bye.